France violates airspace, frees terrorists in Niger Republic. Niger coup leaders allege. Can you imagine? So after Niger coup leaders shut down the Nigerian airspace against all infractions, France has violated that airspace, entered there and freed imprisoned terrorists before now. So what does that mean? Well, first of all, it means that they have shown their military might over Niger, and secondly, releasing terrorists that were arrested and locked means that they really want to sponsor a kind of opposition force to further destabilize that country. I don't know how that is going to work. Okay, I know that France will always look for a way to keep dominating Niger Republic, because that is the grievance the people of Niger are having, that France is dominating and exploiting them too much, and they need to free themselves. Now, after the military junta had closed the airspace of Niger, France has violated that closure and freed terrorists that have been in prison. That is a serious one. So let's see the news in detail. The military junta of Niger has accused French forces of violating its airspace and releasing imprisoned terrorists, intensifying an already tense atmosphere post the ousting of President Mohamed Bazoum. Now, the junta's spokesman, Colonel Amadou Adramain, relayed these concerns on national television, mentioning a French aircraft's alleged infringement. Okay, he insinuated a deeper French plot to sow instability within Niger, and further stated that French actions aim to discredit the interim government named the National Council for the Safeguard of the Country, CNSP. Highlighting an attack on the National Guard in the border region of Tillaberi, Adramain asserted that France had released 16 terrorists behind the assault. Can you imagine? As a response to the mounting tensions, the Niger government declared a heightened state of alert. Okay, the CNSP further warned of serious incidents unfolding, pointing fingers at the French military. Despite the accusations, France, which has a long-standing military presence in the Sahel region for counter-terrorism, has denied any wrongdoing. Hostage President Bazoum laments hardship, claims eating dry rice. We've seen that before. Okay, so the fact here is that France has entered the airspace of Niger Republic and freed terrorists that have been imprisoned before now. The question is, why did they do that? Okay, so what it means is that French is likely going to sponsor an underground force or an opposition force that will fight the present military administrator or the interim national government that has been formed using another prime minister. That we don't know exactly, because from what the Niger military coup priests are saying, that France has entered Niger and freed almost 16 terrorists that have been behind the bars before now. Okay, but in the midst of all of that, France is saying they have not done anything wrong. So the question is not whether you have done anything wrong or not. Can you confirm whether you have entered the Nigerian airspace as alleged by the Nigerian military junta or not? That is it. And if yes, why did you enter? What are your reasons violating the security force of that country? Tell him that that is the way millions of common Nigerians are battling with their lives. When Bazoum was their president, to let him feel what those innocent citizens are feeling. Exactly. So this is actually talking with respect to Nigerian ousted President Bazoum, saying that he's eating dry rice and complaining of hardship. So you should see exactly what common man is saying. Someone say, change is constant. What you eat now has been what a greater number of Nigerians do eat daily under your leadership. Okay. But a lot of your countrymen eat that rice, and you are here complaining nonsense, Abi. Most people are even talking about rice rather than talking about this issue of France violating the Nigerian airspace that was temporarily closed because of the current security state of that country. So the question is, what did, apart from releasing the um, releasing the 16 terrorists that have been behind bars before now, what else was France's reason for doing what they did? That we don't know, that they have not told us, but France is denying that they didn't do anything wrong by going in. Also, that means they actually went into that country to do what they did. And it is obvious that the country, Niger Republic, is not ready to back down. Okay, they are former interim government, and I'm sure the next thing they're going to do is to re-establish democracy. But again, it is not going to be under the ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. It's going to be someone else. Probably they're going to conduct a fresh election for all of that to happen. Okay, but the fact remains that those guys are not ready to back down. Even Nigeria, the rest of ECOWAS, is not a threat to them. Okay, with the backing of Russia, and also backing of Burkina Faso and Mali, the guys are ready for war. So anybody that goes there to mess around with them will definitely hear from them. That is the state of things in Niger Republic today. The guys are not ready to mellow. They're not ready to slow down. And they have vowed that anybody that enters there with military force is obviously looking for war, and they will fight it dirty. Again, we have seen that the ECOWAS heads of state have met in Abuja today, and we thought they were going to strategize and discuss how they were going to unleash military force on Niger Republic. Unfortunately, that wasn't the key focus of discussion. Rather, they're saying, according to what Tinubu told them as the head of ECOWAS, is that they have to they have to explore and exploit diplomatic opportunities, diplomatic engagement with Niger junta, coup junta, and to find a lasting solution by peace and not by war. Again, this is following the growing call from local and international warning Nigeria and ECOWAS not to enter Niger Republic with force. Okay, so the truth here is that these guys are not ready to back down. Irrespective of whatever France is doing from the back end, the guys are not ready to back down. That is the way we see it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.